It's called NOMNC, Notice of Medicare Non-Coverage. Skilled nursing facilities can't just say to Medicare residents, residents who are in via Medicare, or their representatives, like I am to my mom, we're discharging and that's it, you're out of luck. It's not how it works. That's not how it works, people. They have to follow the law, okay? They need to send out notice of Medicare non-coverage. I need to be in receipt of it within two days, okay, of my mother's discharge date. And the thing that they sent out, the notice of Medicare non-coverage, explains that they believe that the Medicare is no longer going to pay for services. Okay, it's this common practice in nursing homes, but they have to follow the fucking rules, and I'm going to force them to do it because I'm tired of professionals in my mother's life thinking they can walk all over me. I'm just tired, period. I'm so fucking exhausted in every imaginable way. I don't even... I fight still, but who am I fighting for? Me? No. My mom and Joe. Just so tired. Glinda, the good witch social worker, the kind one, the nice one, versus her just cunt of a colleague. Again, who the fuck do you think you are? To get in my face, in my mother's room, in front of my vulnerable mother. Just because you guys are all pissed off that she's upset that she can't come home for Christmas. And she's human. Now suddenly your mom's been, seriously, her cognitive, she's really declining, all this, yeah, and it happened, it coincided exactly with Christmas. Meanwhile, I had the former roommate say, your mom loves therapy, and she talks to me, and she said she did 20 minutes on the treadmill, it just, my mom started acting up when she couldn't come home for Christmas, and everyone else was coming home. Okay? She begged and pleaded with me. I don't have a car. You cannot come home for Christmas. How? Well, get a car and pick me. That's what she said to me. And she's like, I'll come back and do therapy. I just want to come. And then the next thing I know, I go in there and it's like they're all pissed at me because the way my mom's been behaving. Like it's my fucking fault. Remember, this was Christmas Eve, and I nearly didn't even make it there. Through fault of my own and no fault of my own. Although you could say if I don't learn my lesson about this public transportation, people just doing whatever they want instead of following the rules, that is my fault, technically. Anyway, your mother broke 2 phones. Yeah, she's frustrated as all hell that she can't come home. She's human. Unfortunately for you. And that's why I tell you, she doesn't have advanced dementia. And she it begging and crying and pleading with me to come home. Like I because they would allow it, but I can't do it, Mom. I'm sorry. And then this fucking cunt walks in who I'd never met in my life, and I will get to that after we do the phone shit. I have nothing to lose just creating all these videos. So where did we leave off with the phone shit? You have to watch the other video. Ambrose's part 2. But really, it's part 3. It's just all, Alicia on the bed and share your fucking shitty life with you. Parts 1 through 1,000,000. Boost phone. Remember, theoretically, this would all be like if I tell you what all this shit that happened to me and I'm showing you proof of it, right? Theoretically, it would be admitted in a court of law, okay? Because I don't know that Glinda the Good Witch social worker got all the emails that I sent. Remember me sending them. I have them, and it gets my thoughts in order, and I share everything with Joe. But Joe, I can only communicate via email, and I needed him to contact the nursing home. And speaking of which, you know damn well my mother, but she's learning. I'm learning how much, what it would be like. Like, I don't have the power you think I do, Mom. I know you must be devastated to not be able to reach me. I'm probably never even going to get those voicemails again. Okay, where did I leave off on the other video about the phone? Okay. I know where I left off. Here in Hellville. And you might ask, how does all this weird fucking crazy crap happen to you, Laura? My answer's always going to be the universe wants me dead. We are astounded at all this fucking weird ass shit that happens in, I know, the universe wants me dead. Like what more can I say? It's unfucking believable. It's just. So anyway, you have to watch the other video where I talk about the stupid call bearing feature, okay? But this piece of shit phone worked absolutely fine for the 7 months that we had it. And Consumer Cellular remotely fucked it up for good. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. How? And I'm not using it at all, yet the battery keeps running out. I fully charge it, and then the battery runs out. The Consumer Cellular people fucked it up, that's all. Fucked it up. Fucked it up. Not intentionally, of course, but it doesn't matter. Your incompetence fucked me over. Your incompetence fucked my mother over. I haven't talked to her in days. I wasn't able to. And you might think, well, you couldn't do anything yeah, I couldn't do anything on Christmas, could I? Nothing. Trapped here. Nobody could reach me if there was an emergency with my mother, and I couldn't reach anybody if I had an emergency with me. Okay? But if you want to think, well, you should have just went straight out the next morning and gone to the store and got a new phone. You could think that. Again, I ate too much sweets, just like I did tonight, too. And I wasn't feeling that great, okay? Plus, I don't have any way to set an alarm if I have no phone, do I? So by the time I woke up, I was up for a while in the morning. I went back to bed the day after Christmas. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to go and get a phone today. This is not my fault. I want to see if I could get the voicemails off of my current phone. I don't even have anybody's phone number, including the professionals breathing down my neck. I don't have anybody's phone number. And I went over to my neighbors. Okay. The plan was use my neighbor's phone, call Consumer Cellular, see where I stand with this fucking shit phone, right? And remotely access my voicemails. I figured we're probably, full. Everyone's trying to reach me, including the good social worker. And there's nothing I can do. Do you understand? even gonna give her the phone on Christmas Eve, but I'd given her my word, and when I said I wasn't gonna, but why wasn't I gonna? Because just what they were saying, she was like agitated. She was this, that. I just knew the phone would end up breaking or getting stolen. When I finally got a new fucking phone after being without one for 2 days. Oh, that's where I was saying that. I mean, I have to go. I still have more to say, but about my neighbor, okay? Why am I going to go out and buy a brand new phone to call Consumer Cellular to see if we can fix my phone or how I can remotely access the voicemails, right? Why not just use my neighbor's phone? What would you do if you're me? Going out and buying a brand new phone to see if you... It's just ridiculous. I could use my neighbor's phone. So I did. And so I went over there in the late afternoon. And then I wanted to show them what was going on. And I had fully charged this one. And it was on empty again. Like, how? I haven't even used it. Again, Consumer Cellular fucked up this phone. No good deed goes unpunished. None of this, just this awful, just whatever that's happened to me these days would have happened had I not given my mom a phone. None of it would have happened to me. Okay, let's continue. So as far as I knew, I said to her when she was telling me all the stuff I would have to do just to try to get call Baron, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it! I'll take my chances, okay? I was just trying to, while my mom's deemed incompetent in that place, I would never have called Baron while she's at home, okay? She has a right to, I'm just trying to protect her in there. Never put the call Baron while she's at home. There might be a new number she wants to call. You know what I mean? I would never do that. But in there, I have a right to. In there, you know what I mean? To try to do that. Keep her from calling 411. I keep spam people, you know, the fairies trying to trick her or whatever, because I've heard it happen before, and she was talking to somebody here, and I'm like, hang up! It's a spam call, hang up! Don't talk to them, don't engage. But especially in the nursing home, she'd be all bored out of her mind. And anyhow, I took my lukewarm bath and shower that made me feel, you know, understandably very sorry for myself. Like I said, can't even have a hot bath and shower anymore. And I went to go set my alarm on my phone, not on the brand new Consumer Cellular Iris Flip that my mom has right now, thanks to my kindness. Again, irony, I give her a phone and I end up without a phone of my own. How? How only happens to you, Laura. Yeah, here in Hellville where the universe wants me dead. Oh, okay. So, I go to set my alarm and couldn't even believe it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. My phone was locked. My phone wouldn't work. And that was the beginning of an ongoing fucking nightmare. Ongoing nightmare. Not my goddamn fucking fault. At all. None of it's my fault. Not one tiny bit of this hell that I've been going through for days is my goddamn fucking fault. But puny little reptilian brain people that just, I mean, Joe left messages for the social worker. He was my, I couldn't do anything, but I could email between back and forth with Joe. And he told me, she called him back. And all she kept saying was, I've been trying to reach Laura. Where's Laura? Where's Laura? And Joe's like, her phone's broken, but he's thinking to himself, I left you. That's how you called me back. I left you the voicemail. Her phone is broken. And then, her mom's going to be discharged. And yeah, you need to give me within 2 days, not 48 hours, but 2 business days, that notice of Medicare non-coverage, okay? That also includes a piece of paper that tells you have a right to appeal. This is federal law, people. That these people are trying to circumvent, or they just think they can walk all over me and get away with it. Because again, like I said, they just think I'm like my mother and I'll tolerate it. I know what they think. I know all these people better than they know themselves, because I've been dealing with it forever. People think I'm exactly like my mother. My phone, there's nothing I can do. Consumer Cellular is Pacific, so technically, because they're 3 hours behind us, they opened, it said like 5 in the morning or something. No. But that's not our 5 in the, that's our 8 o'clock, you know what I mean? That's they're I don't know, that whatever, it doesn't matter. It going to be at 9 o'clock, okay, that they opened up my time, which is like 6 a.m. their time. We're 3 hours ahead. That's why when I lived in California, it would be like here, and my mom would call and be like, she'd call at if she got up at 7, well, it's only 4 o'clock in the morning. You're waking up Donald and his mom. But that's just nothing. Anyways, I have no phone. So I go to bed and I get up and whatever. And when it hits whatever, I call over to Consumer Cellular and I explain how they fucked everything up. And, because I looked at my email too and they sent me a new to download. Remember I said, forget it, I don't want to do it, it's not worth it, I'll take my chances with my mom. I wish you guys had never mentioned this shit to me. So first they were saying like, there's nothing you can do, you're gonna have to download that sim and you have to go, can you go to the library and do it, and then she's like, you have to scan a QR code. You can't scan anything on the phone's not working. The phone is not working at all. It says PUK whatever. She's like, oh well, if it's asking for that PUK code, it probably is, you can probably have salvage, you can probably have your current one. I just have to put in paperwork to have it reactivated. Alright, you do that. And I'll call you back in an hour. And then she called me back and I was walking in a snowstorm, so I'm like, I need to call you back. So I got it taken care of, or so we thought. Or so we fucking thought. Okay? Oh my God. Got it taken care of. My phone was working. I was so grateful. Again, even if a phone's a piece of shit, I don't want to lose my hundreds of texts, but I'm always forced to lose my hundreds of texts, aren't I? I'm always having this happen. Happened with my Kaisera and now with this phone. You'd think it would teach me to save all my texts as we go along. but I never think it's going to happen again to me. I'm going to again have no fucking phone, again lose hundreds of important to me texts that document all this shit I sent out to people regarding my mother and I'm being death's door and the ventilator and this and that, whatever, and they're all going to be gone. I just know it. I'm sickened. So, my phone was working fine. I was happy. I bring my mom. I decided at first I wasn't going to give her the phone because the way she was behaving, the way they told me she'd been behaving, and all that. It wasn't going to give it to her. And then, you know what? I had that bitch saying she has to leave in 3 days, which I knew was a bunch of bull. But again, to say that to me on Christmas, I've never met you before. Just whatever. And then I'm thinking, even on someone on death row gets a last meal, and I'm just thinking, you know what? So what? Let her have the goddamn phone. If it breaks, gets stolen, then whatever. If she can't figure out how to use it, at least it wasn't on me. See, at least it wasn't on me. Okay, it was her Christmas present, and I didn't give a fuck what happened. Now she can't say she doesn't have a phone. Okay? And then I called them when I'm coming home from the nursing home, and I called Christmas Sally and I said, every time this shuts down, it's asking me for a SIM pin. And I can do it. It's not a big deal, but I'd like to not have to do it. And then she told me how I could do it, but I put off doing it. I don't think that had anything to do with anything. Again, this makes no sense, any of this, but I had a phone all day, Christmas Eve day. Christmas Day, I needed to charge the phone. I charged the phone, and I couldn't even believe it. Couldn't fucking believe it that it wouldn't turn on. And this is what I got for a screen. Again, I'm documenting all of this. I mean, you might think, why? Well, there are people who are dying or know they're going to die or whatever and still want to tell their story. Okay? This is what I got just from charging the phone. It had to have been something to do with what they did to it. It had to have been whatever they did remotely, whatever they have in codes. The phone couldn't handle it, or it had a software update, or just like my Sierra, whatever it is. And then I'm trying to figure it out because I'm like, no, I don't care about the $50-something phone. I care about not losing my tax again. So I'm trying all kinds of stuff online. This is what we get. We can't do anything. There's a trick that they had where you do this and power off. Okay? Where you do that and then volume. And then it goes to that screen. See? Lord only knows what any of that means. Because when I was at my neighbor's, we'd spend hours just trying to figure out how to remotely access my voicemails. This locked for no reason. It's all about